Welcome back, everybody, to episode 5. This morning, I want to make it very clear that I don't want anyone to think that we're doing a repeat of shows 1 or 2, because today's topic is something which is incredibly close to my heart and to everybody's heart, and that is the government involvement in the world of gambling. Not just in the world of casinos, but in gambling itself, meaning the lotteries and the scratchies and what have you. I must tell you that whenever I see a client or a member of the client's family, it never fails that a couple of minutes into our discussion, right away somebody, pounds their fist on the table and says, goddamn government, how they're ruining everybody and ruining families together. And that really is the genesis of where it all comes from. I mean, we have hundreds of topics that we'll be talking about in future episodes, but really and truly, it all emanates from the government and their involvement, and should they be involved or should they not be involved? And it's a question and a discussion I have probably 3 or 4 times a week with my clients and their family, as I just said before, and that's why I've chosen today, that even though we're early on in the season, that I did want to talk about it a bit more. This topic could be a show in itself, and the question really is, where do you draw the line? We already know that the government has involved themselves in the world of alcohol with the SAC here in Quebec, and they've involved themselves in the tobacco industry. Not as much, they don't produce the cigarettes, but the idea of the government involving themselves in the world of gambling and casinos, I don't want to say it's an oxymoron, because that's a line that we've used so often before, but really, in fact, it is. I mean, what is the definition, the true definition of the government? The government is supposed to be a body of people who were elected by us, the taxpayers, to basically be our guardian angels, to watch over us, to make sure that, socially, they are responsible in making sure that what we as citizens do is right, and to spend our money correctly, and basically to take care of us. Now, I want you to keep in mind that, of course, this show is being taped in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, but really this goes for anywhere in the world. A casino run by a government, it doesn't matter if it's here in Montreal, if it's in North Dakota, if it's in Arizona, or if it's anywhere in Europe, because to me a government is the same wherever we talk about. And I just think that it is more than awful and almost a heinous crime that the government would stick their nose in something such as this. And then, of course, when there's trouble, which invariably there always is, and you want to complain, you're complaining to the same body of people where, in fact, they're the ones running the show. And that's why it's incredibly hypocritical, it's incredibly sad, and that's why the lone gambler is often found to be by himself and looking for help and looking to complain to the same body of people who, in fact, are behind it all. And that's really what makes it the biggest crime. Nobody realizes, but gambling, be it the casinos or lotteries. And this is an interesting statistic which I just picked up a few weeks ago. I'm not realizing it myself after being in this business for so many years, that gambling is the largest revenue department of the provincial and federal government, which is non-taxation, meaning that there's more money coming out of gambling than there is in taxes or tax collecting. So when you figure that the average person, or any person for that matter, gambles with after-taxed dollars, right? If you're gambling $10, for you to earn the $10, you've had to make anywhere from $12 to $18, so it's after-tax dollars, is going right back into the same coffers who are supposedly watching out for us. So it's just taxed dollars upon taxed dollars upon taxed dollars. But the biggest question is, at the end, when you lose your money, because everybody does, where does the money go, right? So it would be a lot quicker if we took that $10, put it in the toilet, flushed it, and had a nice evening at home with the family. But it's horrible. It's a horrific thought when you think about it. It really, really is. And for the government to be the sole proprietors, the sole body of people to be allowed to run the casino and the lotteries themselves is a frightening thought. The criminal code apparently has been amended to allow them to run this, and of course we know that there's no private entity allowed to stick their nose in the world of gambling at all, because of course if there is gambling on the side or an underground gambling or a poker game at a hotel room with a couple of guys playing, it's all illegal. Only the government can stick their nose in. And the government is the one that has all the money. They're the ones that can make the world of gambling and gaming illustrious, glorious, beautiful, tantalizing. They're the ones that can put millions of dollars of artwork on the walls in a casino. They're the ones that can offer fantastic food and buffets for 99 cents. They're the ones that can outfit the buildings with millions of dollars of lovely carpeting, all coming from us, the taxpayer. And then, of course, the question that everybody has still or is still asking after 17 or 18 years that the casino world has been legalized in Quebec is, where's the money? And it's a topic we talked about a few weeks ago, but I'll just refresh your memory. Where is the money? The whole idea back in '92 was we'll legalize gambling in the province, and the money, or the profits rather, would go to the school system, the hospital system, and of course the infrastructure of the cities. And not to be repetitive, but I think it is worth repeating today, the school systems have never been in such bad shape, meaning the private school system is a vastly, rapidly growing world. People want to send their children to private schools because the public schools aren't what they used to be.